What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Elevating the Mind. It's been like a month, maybe two, not three, but I know it was like 1 or 2 months since the last time we talked. And as y'all all know, it's a lot going on. So let's just get caught up. Let's get reacquainted. All the new followers, all the new subscribers. Let's just, catch up, take this time to chill, relax. You all know I love self-care. So we're going to definitely talk about self-care today. We're going to talk about Chadwick Boseman and how that has impacted the world. His death has impacted the world, and the significance of, his silence of going through his terminal illness. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that. And we're also going to talk about just keeping our peace of mind in this climax of time. I feel like we talk about that so much, but it's so needed. So you just can't get enough. You can't get enough. I've been doing a lot of webinars, going to a lot of different seminars, reading a lot of material on just self-care and really having peace of mind. Also reading my word and just trying to really just understand the essence of having peace of mind, and you can't get enough of that. So yeah, those are the three main things we're going to talk about today. Let's just get right into it. So if you haven't already and you're watching this video, just go ahead and like this video and subscribe to this channel, and then hit the notification bell so you can get notified on when Elevating the Mind is posting the next video. So first things first, let's talk about self-care. Have y'all been taking care of yourselves? I just want to know. And if you haven't, today is the day that you start. I know it sounds so cliche, but self-care is the most essential part of our day. And I know a lot of people are like, practice self-care at least once a week or yada, yada, yada. I honestly believe that during this time, we need to practice self-care at least once a day. And that means you are intentionally stopping all activity to intentionally think about yourself. So that means you are being mindful of what your body needs, being mindful of what stressors you have taken on throughout the day, being mindful about releasing those stressors, okay? So I've shared a lot of my self-care. I shared a lot of my self-care techniques with you all, a lot of the things, a lot of my rituals that I do. And I know that you all have your own self-care rituals or habits or practices. That's the word that I'm trying to get. Practices. And if you do, great. But if you don't, these are just a few that you go by. So journaling, study shows that journaling is really good. Journaling helps you to be mindful to be connected with your own thoughts, to be mindful of your own thoughts, to be mindful of your feelings and the emotions that you're going through. So if you love to write, you could journal, literally journal, write down like 3 questions. How do I feel today? What happened today? Where am I at right now? And so how do I feel today really connects you with the different emotions that you probably gathered throughout the day, and it allows you to process. So if I'm feeling sad, why am I feeling sad today? What happened today? I might have seen something on social media and I didn't really think that it affected me, but I guess it did, or I'm feeling happy. What happened today? Oh, I got a good call. I got the job. I got a good job, or, things are going good in school, whatever may have you. Or I'm feeling a little anxious, and then you could process through that feeling. Like, why am I feeling anxious? Oh, I have a lot of assignments due. I have a lot of work to do. I feel like I have a long week ahead of me. It's only Monday. So yeah, really be in tune with those feelings, with those 3 questions. I think the second one was, where am I at? That was the third one, but let's make that the second one. Where am I at? Where am I at could mean whatever it means to you. So I'm gonna just give you all an example. For me, when I ask myself, where am I at right now? That question really means like, where am I at mentally? You know, right now I feel like I am tired a little bit because I had a very, very long weekend and lots of homework, lots of reading. So I feel like I'm a little tired. But what do I need to do? I think that's a good third question, leading from where am I at? What do I need to do in order to take advantage of this full space and opportunity that I have for self-care? For me personally, I feel like I need to pray and take a nap. So like that's just an example of what you could do in your journaling time. However, it's your journal. If you decide to journal for self-care, that's up to you. And you journal whatever you need to journal to be connected with your thoughts. So it's so important in your self-care time that you are connected with yourself. You are connecting with yourself on a mental level, on a spiritual level, and on an emotional level. Okay, so that's the most important part. That's the reason for the season of self-care. So yeah, that's all that's to it. Next, since we talked about self-care, let's discuss this very, very heartbreaking news that we received. I believe it was last week, about Chadwick Boseman. Let's see. I'm actually looking it up on my phone. For my own self-care, y'all, I disconnected from social media about 2 weeks ago. So I actually found out about Chadwick Boseman passing away through my family members. So, and I think it was like last week, if not this past weekend, that we received that news. And I must say, I was stunned. Like, what? You know? Someone asked a question today in my class, like, at what point will we become desensitized with all the death that's happening? And so I think this moment, like that period of Chadwick Boseman passing away, because we have all been experiencing, you know, death and loss on a greater scale. We've experienced family members passing away due to COVID and family members passing away due to other health conditions during this time period. And so actually the time period leading up to Chadwick Boseman's death, but I will just say his death, of course, he's a celebrity, so it hits the world differently, right? But the magnitude, just to see like children they really looked up to him. You know, he was not only an actor, but I know he gave a lot of young Black males and females hope, especially when it came to the industry. You know, it came to what people would call Hollywood, it came to the acting world, and he really gave a lot of people a lot of hope, a lot of Black people of color hope. And so I think his death hit people on a like super emotional level, because it's like, man, we're losing, I don't want to say idols, because I don't necessarily idolize people like that, but we're losing great role models. That's what I want to say. We're losing great role models in the Black community. And so it sort of does, it hurts, you know, to lose them, but I'm grateful for the life that he lived. I wanted to talk about him for real, because he did something that took so much courage and strength. He kept his illness a secret. Not necessarily a secret, but he kept it was only made known to those who were in his close circle. And I think that is really commendable, because a lot of times we could take what we're going through and we could try to use it as an excuse not to succeed. But this man, in the height of his illness, basically did remarkable groundbreaking things in the industry, period. This dude shot Black Panther, and I remember him doing an interview on like MTV or BT, one of those TV television sites. And if it's not, don't judge me. I will add the link to the interview if I could find it in the description box so you all can see it. But I just remember him talking about how excited he was when he got when he actually got the role. When he actually read the script, he was super excited. And then when he got the role, he was excited because he was like, I just knew something like amazing was taking place and I had to be a part. And he was like, I don't take this moment for granted, basically. Like, I want to do right by this role. And he even started to say, like, I want to do right in my personal life by playing being the main character in Black Panther, right? And so he was just like, because I really do appreciate the strength that the main character has in Black Panther, and you know, how he chose to encourage his people and how he chose to you know, basically not be selfish and put himself out there so he could save his people and stuff like that. So he really took this role with other people in mind, and he was like, I just want to oh, okay, yeah, I'm sorry, my husband, y'all, he making sure your girl don't miss nothing. But he just really wanted to pay it forward to his community. And so I valued that. And he did this interview before the movie actually came out. And so after I seen the interview, because I wasn't really big on Marvel, shout out to Black Panther for really getting me into Marvel, because I was not big on Marvel at all. And I seen this interview and I said, okay, your girl has to go see Black Panther, because the way this man just talked about his character, and then he also talked about the other characters and how amazing it was. Michael B. Jordan, he was like, I just honor the craft that you know, that dude has, and the skill that he has, and the heart that he has. And so he just really talked about all the characters very, very well. He spoke highly of them. And so I was like, yes, I have to go see it. And I did, and I fell in love with Marvel. So Chadwick Boseman, that was all because of you. Shout out to you. And so let's talk about paying it forward, right? So if we're talking about paying it forward, we cannot forget to thank Denzel Washington, who paid for Chadwick Boseman's tuition. And so we've seen that really Chadwick take on that essence of paying it forward to his community by all the things that he did, even after Black Panther. I know he personally, I know he went on and did a lot of tours to Black colleges and universities to speak to students. Chadwick Boseman did. And he just always took the opportunity. He said, I remember him also saying in the same interview, I will never take an opportunity that I get to speak to young people for granted. Like he said, I cherish those moments. Those are more important than standing in front of a camera. And so, like, in the short time that he did live, he lived life well. You know, he did something for the world and something positive. You know, we're not talking about all the bad things that he did, or, you know, him, you know, all the crazy stuff that people do try to bring up. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the life that he lived and the hope that he gave, and what his career really meant. And it was more than just a career. It was a passion. It was a desire. It was a purpose. And so that's what we're talking about. And so if I can encourage you, wherever realm that you're in, whatever space that you're in, make sure you're holding tight to that essence of giving back, right? Make sure you're holding tight to the essence of really seeking where you can help. What is your purpose? Who can you touch? And how can you help grow your immediate community? And so I think that's really important, especially as people of color. We have to find ways to give back. It may not always be monetarily, but it could be mentally, it could be spiritually, it could be emotionally. Whatever we got to do, let's do it for each other. I carry this essence with me. Shout out to Prairie View A&M University. My university really taught me this, how to hold tight to community, and really the essence of community and the essence of real teamwork and building together. And so I will forever cherish that. Prairie View's slogan is, Prairie View produces productive people. Productivity can only be produced when you have more than one person on your team. So we're just producing masses and masses and masses and masses of productivity. So let's keep doing that. Like, we have to give back, we have to share, we have to encourage, we have to push each other to success, and whatever success may look like to you, and support each other. So that's what I gotta say about my boy Chadwick Boseman. Okay, so to wrap this up, y'all, I talked so much I forgot what my third point was gonna be. So we talked about self-care, we talked about Chadwick, and what was the third one? Okay, well, I think Chadwick just really, like, I knew I should have saved that for the end, because that really just touched me. How he really dedicated his life to helping others. And so I guess we could wrap this up. The third one I'm gonna leave you with is take time out for you. Oh, that's what I was going to talk about, disconnecting. We need to take time out for us. Disconnect. It's okay to disconnect from social media. It's not okay for you to be in a place, and I'm going to say this, and if you disagree, come on, let's have a conversation about it. We can. Comments, leave some comments. But I am going to say this. It is okay for you to disconnect from social media. It is more than okay. It is necessary. Okay? It is necessary for you to disconnect. Let me tell you why. It's not necessary for you to disconnect from your loved ones, your support system. I personally don't believe that it's okay for you to disconnect from those entities, but social media, yes, find time to disconnect, because you can consume, and you could become a consumer so much to where you're not a producer. Okay? And social media, these different platforms, they're set up to basically give you news quickly, and having that constant quick feed of news is not always healthy for our minds, right? And literally the Bible speaks of this whole essence of mindfulness that the world has operationalized or created a definition for. But honestly, the Bible just says, God said, if you keep your mind on me, I'll keep you in perfect peace. And that's what mindfulness is just being aware of what you're thinking about. And so social media, when you're scrolling, you're like, oh no, it's not affecting me. But that's what you're thinking about daily. You're thinking about the different things that are in the media. You're thinking about the different things, the different violent acts that you're seeing in the media, or maybe you seeing a lot of booty shaking, whatever you're seeing on social media. That's what you're thinking about. And so, yes, find some time to disconnect so you can think about other things. Think about, maybe whatever your craft is. Think about what you like, one of your hobbies. Think about what you like to do to get in a peaceful state, to be in a peaceful state of mind. So I will say, please make sure you're finding that time to disconnect from social media. And your girl went, my time is up. I went to 19 minutes and I was only supposed to do 15, but it's been a long time since I talked to you all. Thank you for joining me. Remember, self-care. Let's get it popping. If you haven't already, I love to advocate for seeking mental health services, if you feel like you're at that point and you really do need someone else you could talk to, please reach out. Do your research. As many different healthcare providers that could specialize in something that is of interest to you or of importance to you. So you have mental health providers that love hip hop music, that they love God. It's so many different service providers out there. So if you feel like you're in that state and you really need someone else to talk to, and you're having these thoughts that aren't right, please reach out to someone. I am going to add the suicide prevention hotline number at the bottom in the description box. If you feel like you're having suicidal thoughts, I will not leave without saying you need to reach out. Call that number. Call a sister, call a brother, call a friend if you don't feel comfortable calling that anonymous hotline, okay? Love y'all. See y'all later. Thank you for joining Elevating the Mind.